Hi guys, and welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today's tarot reading is going to be your Law of Attraction tarot reading for the year ahead, and this is for 2015 obviously, and this is for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, just to let you know how these Law of Attraction tarot cards work. They're specifically for the Law of Attraction, and anyone who doesn't know what the Law of Attraction is, it's simply a concept that has been around since the dawn of time. And this is whereby whatever it is that we're thinking, that we're feeling, the words that we're saying are the very things that are attracting the situations to us. So I don't know whether any of you guys have ever heard maybe one of your friends say, well, I keep meeting the wrong man, I keep meeting the men that do this, this and this. Why do I keep meeting people like this? Or why do I keep attracting in this situation? Or why does this keep happening to me? And it's all to do with your energy and the energies that you're putting out into the universe, because the universe really just mirrors what we feel, and it just sends things back to us like a reflection. In my life, I've experienced the Law of Attraction many times. We live it on a daily basis. Everybody does it. But the difference between those who know about it and those who don't are that some of us are deliberate creators, whereby we can create our own realities simply by changing our thought patterns, by changing the way that we feel, by changing the way that we think, by changing the words that we say, by becoming a lot more positive about ourselves. That then allows the universe to open more stuff up to us. Whereas for some people who create by default, some people who do that will actually encourage negative situations in our lives, again simply by the way that they think and feel and act. And I wanted to do these Law of Attraction tarot readings because I thought it was important in the year 2015 and going forward that people understand that sometimes when we keep attracting in struggles, when we keep attracting in difficulties into our lives, sometimes it's down to us and the way that we think and the way that we feel and the way that we act and what we say. And the words that we say, a lot of the times that can be a case of that we're attracting in those things. And I wanted to do these readings simply for those who don't know about the Law of Attraction and are wondering why they're attracting stuff into their lives that they don't necessarily want. That if a card comes up that resonates maybe with a situation that you're feeling at the moment and potentially going into in 2015, that you can understand why that is and potentially change your thought patterns around. And for those of you guys who are deliberate creators and know about the Law of Attraction, with these readings, I'm hoping that if something resonates with you, if it's something good, or if it's something bad, you can change it. If it's something good, then you know that you're on the right track. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. So how I do the readings is the same as usual, shuffling the cards before I go on screen. The first 4 cards I will take down and lay out consecutively. And for each card it will represent 3 months of the year. So the first card, Jan to March. Second card, April to June. Third card, July through to September. And fourth card, October through to December. And this is basically what the universe is telling you that you could potentially be attracting in those months. Okay? So if the reading isn't to your liking, then maybe, and you can resonate with it, then maybe it's something that you could look to change. So here we go. So between January and March we had the Fool card come up for you guys. Okay, and this is really the universe saying to you that thinking without acting or acting without thinking is not sufficient. Okay, that's not sufficient enough to achieve what you want. You must define your dreams clearly. So for some of you guys between January and March, the universe is saying that potentially you could be attracting a situation whereby you just go for it without thinking about it. You're not thinking about what you want, what kind of path you're on, where you want to end up. You're just kind of going for stuff. You're kind of acting without thinking and thinking without acting. So for some of you guys it could be a case of that between January and March you're just doing stuff, you're thinking about stuff, but you're not acting on it. There's not enough movement, there's not enough energy, there's not enough moving towards your goals. You're thinking about what you want for some of you guys, but you're not. It could be through fear, it could be through anything, discomfort, through anything. But for some of you guys, you might be thinking about your goals and thinking about what you want to achieve, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not kind of putting any action in there, which is what the law of attraction requires. If you want to attract stuff into your life, you have to make the effort also. The universe certainly plays its part, but you have to take action to make things happen. So this card is really about taking action to make things happen between January and March. And if you've got a goal, if you've got a idea, if you've got something that you want to do, then really the universe is saying that you need to act on it. You need to take those steps to make it happen. And if you're acting without thinking, it's saying that you need to be more self-aware about the things that you're actually going into. Because if you've got a dream, you need to define what that dream is. Instead of just going for anything, instead of just sort of grabbing at straws and hoping for the best, you need to define a clear route for yourself between January and March in order to manifest the things that you want. Between April to June, Aquarius, the Ten of Swords came up for you. And the universe is saying that for some of you guys, that there may be some conflicting ideas going on with you guys that might be causing you a little bit of stress. I'm not saying a lot, but a little bit. There might be some mental stress going on. I'm not saying a huge amount, so don't get frightened by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is really effectively a card to do with enlightenment. After the pain, after the upset, after the stress comes enlightenment and comes a changing, changing the corner. And the universe is saying that if you're having trouble defining your dreams, if you're having trouble fulfilling those dreams, and if there is conflict, or if there is something that is, if there is an obstacle that's stopping you from achieving your dreams, and you need to think about how you can counteract that. And if you can't counteract it, then what is it that's stopping you from achieving that dream? And I think this really goes in well with this, where it talks about acting without thinking is not sufficient. There is the kind of fear syndrome of thinking about the things that you want, but really not knowing what route to take in order to achieve that. And this is saying to me that the universe is saying that between January and June, there is some real action needed, okay? And if you're feeling slightly conflicted, if you're feeling slightly confused, and it suggests with the Fool card there may be some confusion over your goals and what you want to achieve and what you want to manifest in your life. There may be some slight confusion in how you feel that you need to go about it. Then the universe is asking that you kind of explore that. Explore why it's difficult for you to actually try and manifest. You need to think, it's telling you to evaluate what's going on with you between those months. For some of you, this doesn't apply to all of you, but in general, it's saying that between January and June, you could attract a situation where there is a little bit of confusion, there is a little bit of uncertainty on your part, and there is a little bit of stress going on with knowing what route to take to manifest the dream that you want. But you need to look at what it is that's stopping you. You need to find out what it is that's stopping you from fulfilling the dream. Find out what it is that's stopping you from acting on the visions that you have in your head of the way that you want things to be, okay? Because it wants you to take action. It wants you to go for it, because the universe wants to help you. It wants you to go for it, but you need to find out, for some of you guys, potentially between January and June, it could be a case of that you do have dreams, but you're kind of consistently thinking about it and not taking the action, and the universe wants you to take that action, okay? Because without action, it only leads to feeling a sense of defeatism, a sense of victim syndrome. And the universe doesn't want that for you. It wants you to be every best thing that you can be. But without clarity and without a clearly defined path, and without taking action towards your dream, you could just stay in limbo. Between July to September, the universe is saying that potentially for some of you Aquarians, you could be attracting in love. And this is the King of Cups. It's noted as being the professional. It's given the name the professional on the tarot and the Law of Attraction tarot cards. And the universe is saying that there is the possibility of meeting a man who is completely full of love, full of compassion, and who's actually looking for someone, so he's single. And potentially he'll allow you to make your dreams of love come true. So if it's a case of that for some of you guys, you're thinking to yourself, I'd really love to come into my life, but I don't know how to go out there and get it. And it's leaving you kind of feeling quite defeated and quite alone and quite a little bit of a victim in your own life without love. It's saying someone's potentially going to come into your life. You could potentially attract in this person who will allow you to fulfill your dreams of love. But I feel that with this card, in order to fulfill your dreams of love, you need to take the action. So the universe is telling you that you need to take action in finding those things, in getting those things, okay? Or else it will lead to kind of feeling a little bit stressed out by not being able to achieve that dream. And the universe is saying that you need to, because the Fool card in the traditional tarot is the card of risk, really. This person is someone who just goes and does stuff without thinking about it. And even though the universe says on these readings that thinking about without acting or acting without thinking is not sufficient, you must define your dreams clearly, it's also saying that you also need to have faith, and you need to have faith in yourself. And I think it's potentially for some of you guys maybe a lack of faith that is stopping you in between January and June in manifesting those dreams, in taking action towards it. And if it's a case of love that some of you want, but you're too afraid to take the action towards it, then you need to kind of find out why you're too afraid to take action, why all of the good stuff stays in here and doesn't go out there into the material world. So potentially for some of you guys, you could be attracting in your King of Cups, but I feel that there'll be some work that you need to do on yourself before that actually happens. And the final card that the universe sent to represent the end of the year between October and December is the Knight of Wands, otherwise known as the Bachelor in this particular tarot deck. And the universe is saying in this, in order to make your dreams come true, you'll have to make a quick decision concerning a change, potential help from a person outside of the family. So there's a change coming at the end of the year, and it will require you to make a quick decision on that. So you could be attracting in some form of a change. It could be with this King of Cups who maybe wants you to, you know, make a change in your living environment or make a change in some other area of your life so that you two can be together or something like that. And it does say that someone outside of the family would be helping. So potentially it could be this King of Cups that comes into your life that initiates that. But certainly I think before these things can actually happen, you need to sort these things out. I think if there's any dreams that you've got, if there's any goals, any aspirations, and it's all going on in there, and you're kind of just acting willy-nilly and just doing whatever with your life without actually having a clearly defined route. Because I think there's a saying that, I can't quite remember the saying, but it's along the lines of the people in life who feel the most down are the ones without a purpose. So really this card is telling you to define your life purpose. These cards are telling you to define that and find a way to define it. Because for some of you Aquarians in the month of between January and June, it could be that you haven't defined your life's purpose, and that might be making some of you feel a little bit down about that. And if your life's purpose or one of your life's purposes is love, then the King of Cups would be the answer to that, and that potentially could be attracted in by you guys between July and September. But you need to sort this out first, and why it is that potentially for some of you guys there's no action being taken to achieve that. But once you take the action, the King of Cups can easily surface in your life if it's love that you're looking for, or if it's compassion, or even if it's friends. And through that, potentially a new change will come about for you, and a decision will be required from yourself to make that change very quickly. If it's a standalone thing, there's a change coming in anyway. You're attracting in a change between October and December 2015, and you'll need to make a decision on that, but there will be some support and help for you. So Aquarius, that's your Law of Attraction Tarot reading for the year 2015. I think through these cards it's really saying that in order to attract in what you want, you need to have an idea of what it is that you want in the first place. And if you've got an idea of what it is that you want, if you're purely visualising it, and if you're purely thinking, well, this is what I want, but you're not taking any steps towards getting it, then this is going to hold you back. So the universe is saying, I believe through this reading, that you need to take action. Take action. If it's love that you want, take action. Because nothing can be achieved without action. You need to allow the universe to help you, but the universe wants you to help yourself first. This reading is also saying there are changes ahead, and you'll need to make decisions on that. Okay? But you need to be clear in the first place what changes there are that you want to make, and what goals there are that you want to achieve. And once you've knocked that resistance and those obstacles out of the way, and I feel that within this reading the universe is talking about obstacles within yourself, but once you've knocked those down, your path will be clear to start attracting in the very things that you want. So as I said, that's the end of your reading, and have a great day. Take care.